Welcome back, everyone. I hope everybody pulls up a seat for today's recap of the shit show that is BOYSPLANET. Friends, it is the time of week, again, where we discuss everything that has gone down in the past 2 episodes of BOYSPLANET. You guys can probably tell I'm flying solo today. Denny is not here. Everyone can go over to Twitter and tell him he's trash for not watching the episode sooner. Love you, Denny. But I am here and I am ready to recap because I've been holding in my thoughts for quite a few days now and I'm ready to speak. So we're gonna chit chat. We're gonna have a little round table today. Everyone get comfy. Let's sit and debrief together on this shit because I have a lot to talk about. As usual, if you guys are interested, full episode reactions to BOYSPLANET are over on Patreon. But today we are going to be talking about episode 2, both K and C Planet episodes. So we got 2 episodes again this week, which, y'all, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Like the way that they are just giving me 6 hours of content. It's a lot to process. Once again, I do apologize if I don't touch upon everybody because there are a lot of names and there are a lot of people and a lot to remember. And there's only so much I can retain. But I do have notes. Okay. I have notes and I'm ready. So let's just dive in. Okay. We have K Planet. We're starting off on K Planet again. The first episode for this week or starts with K Planet, and we are continuing auditions. Okay, so right off the bat we have Junsa. Okay, and Junsa is, if anybody knows, okay, Junsa, that is my wee-eye bias. Okay, he is also an actor. You guys know and love him. And if you don't know and love him from this, watch his BL because the man is an actor, okay? We love a signature man kisser on BOYSPLANET. But we have Junsa. And I was dying because this man walks in and Miss Connie, Queen Connie, was like, I know you. She was like, I know you. Where have I seen you? And girl, she watched his BL. She goes, BL drama. And this man starts reciting his lines from Secret Lovers. Is that what? Secret Relationship. Secret Relationship, that's what it's called. I'm watching Secret Lovers right now, so I'm like, Secret Lovers? But Secret Relationship is the name of his BL drama. If you haven't seen it, please do. It's so good. But she was like, I've seen you before. And she had this man out here acting down. I can't. I love her so much. And just in general, like, Junsa's acting is so wild to me. But I digress. So we have Junsa. And he does our very favorite, our signature sweet venom enha. And I thought he did amazing. He only ends up with 2 stars, which, okay, not bad. Love a 2-star gig. He gave energy. He's fine as hell. Singer, stable. I thought he was great. Fantastic. Gets 2 stars. Now, the next performer we have, I'm going to tell you right here, I am so obsessed with this boy. Like, Jung Hyun-jun, okay? Now, first of all, he is 16 years old. The way that I am collecting sons on this show is crazy, but I also have to remind myself that I am just getting older. And like, obviously the trainees on this show are gonna be young and I have to just deal with the fact that I'm old as fuck. I'm a hag. I'm a fucking hag. Okay. So in any case, we have Hyunjun. We get his backstory. Mom was a dancer. So automatically I was like, I know he's going to be good because if mom was a dancer, there's no way she's going to let you go out there and embarrass yourself. There's no way. I just know she's like, you are not embarrassing me in my name. No, sir. So automatically I was like really excited. And may I just say too, for anyone who like follows Treasure, he looks like a baby Asahi to me. He has the cutest face I've ever seen. I'm like, this is my child. I have birthed another one right up there with Chingyu. Like, that is son number 2 for me. And I was gagged because he decides to perform Gum by Yeonjun, like, gum, gum, hey, go hit that gun, gum. I was so gagged. First of all, he's extremely stable. That's number 1. He has really good vocals. He is an incredible, incredible dancer, a powerful dancer, stable as hell, presence on point. I am like so impressed with him, honestly. I was like not expecting that, especially from like this boy. Seeing that he's 16 years old had me so gagged. So I loved his performance. And then after, he's like a big Connie fan, so he like asked Connie if he could dance with her, which I was getting my life, because this boy said, I know the deep cuts. He said, you just choreographed for the girls? I know your choreo. Let's go. And then Miss Connie gets up there and starts dancing with him, and he slays. They slay together. The judges are taking videos. It's iconic. It's legendary. He gets all stars, and I'm obsessed. Like, I'm literally obsessed with him, where I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'll spoil this. I'm voting for him. So there's that. Next one we had, I'm trying to just like cliff note. Like I said, I can't get to everyone. I'm going to try to, but there's a lot that happens in both episodes. So this is going to be like way too long if I try to go in with everyone. But next we have the, do you say this Wib? Is it Wib? Is that how you pronounce their group name? And then we have the Dakabi boys, Harry June and Hee-chan, which Harry June, all of DKB, actually, both of them, insane dancers. But we know Harry June as being like powerful maknae dancer boots. So I was really looking forward to him. What I will say is pre-show, I did have a pre-show pick based off of the fan cam for the Signal song, as well as the PR video. And one of my pre-picks was Junmin, and I didn't know that he was an idol. So I was really shocked to see him in here. And I was extremely impressed. So they did Pass the Mic, and then Dakabi did Back Down by P1. And I will say, for both groups and for everyone, they are serious. Like, they are so good. Like, they are so good. They're just in sync, powerful dancers, rap on point with Junmin, which I love Junmin. Like, it's really hard for me. This is going to be really hard for me with the picks, friends. It's been a process trying to choose, but he's really talented. They're all super talented. I think they all get all stars, which is honestly expected from me. So I was really pleased with them. And obviously, like, I'm more excited to see like Harry June throughout the show, because I know that boy could give like so much more than what he did. And I'm not even saying what he did was not good, because what he did was great, but I know that he's like insane. The last one we have now, I have so much to talk about with Yumeki. I have so much to talk about, because the way that I have just been seeing so much polarizing discourse with Yumeki. All right, let's start with the fact that we already know Yumeki. And we've said this in the last recap. If you guys are not familiar with who Yumeki is and you're just coming in now, Yumeki is a professional dancer and choreographer. He has probably choreographed your faves choreo. He is very well known. He's been on Street Man Fighter. He is without a doubt the best dancer. And it's, for me, like, I don't know if that's an opinion or if that's fact. For me, I just think it's fact. Like, he is quite literally the most experienced and, for me, the best. And we already know that Yumeki can dance. But the gag is in the last episode, we see that he doesn't know how to sing. So we get him here, and he's like, okay, I've been taking lessons. It's my dream to be an idol. I'm ready. I'm going to try this out. Like, this is like my first time singing on stage. And I kind of already had a feeling that this was going to go one of two ways. It was either going to be he's going to sing well and dance insane and then gag the girls, or he's going to suck at singing and still be amazing with dance. And that's just where we're landing. He chooses Rainism. I'm gonna be a bad boy. I'm gonna be a bad boy. Which, that song already like has me. I love that song so much. But he chooses Rainism, which, to be fair, like, Rainism is not the most vocally, like, the most, okay, not the easiest song to sing vocally, especially when you're dancing like all out the way Yumeki does. So I was a little nervous. He performs choreo, dancing, dance-wise, insane, as expected. Vocals, not it. It's not it. It's not giving. It's not good. It's not good, to say the least, which I expected. But here's the thing, is like, I think what people fail to remember is that we are here to learn and grow. Okay. It's about improvement. All right. However you vote is how you vote. Whatever your standard for a trainee is before, during, after, like that's for you. For me, as long as I can see someone improving and I can see the potential in someone, that's all that matters for me. Okay. And with Umeki, I'm giving him a little grace right now because we'll talk about it. We'll get there. We'll get to the point later in the episode. But in any case, he ends up with 1 star, which everyone was kind of shocked about just because, you know, given the fact that he is such an incredible dancer. But I understand that because, once again, you have to be able to sing. You know what I mean? It is a show where you need to sing in a group, and it is what it is. So the 1 star happens. Okay. Now we're cutting, we're going, we're moving the episode right along, and we get... Y'all, don't piss me off because I'm gonna kind of bring this into the Sea Planet. Just the fact that these boys, all right, we get the class differentiated outfits, jerseys, shirts. I'll go with shirts. Okay. So for each class that you're in, whether it be 1 tier, 2 tier, or 1 tier, 1 star, 2 star, or all star, you get a different jersey color. Okay. Slay. We did that in the first season. Now, here's the problem that I have is that for the K trainees, we have like, first of all, it's giving prison. It's giving prison. I saw these shirts and I was like, these are fugly. They're giving prison. I'm in prison. I don't know. They're like North Face, sponsored by North Face. Crazy. North Face, like short sleeve, button up, like whatever the shit they are. Okay, work. But the gag is for the C trainees, we have the same jerseys as last season, where they're just like jerseys with like, you know, yellow, purple, green. Okay. Girl, was that my mouse? I don't know. Anyway, the differentiation and how they treat like the C trainees is a thing, and we all die on that hill. But that was number 1 that pissed me off about both episodes, and like the differentiation between the class fits for both groups, and how like, you know, not even the C trainees, their shirts were not anything special compared to like the K trainees, which fine. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll get to other parts after. Back to K Planet. Okay, they get the jersey. They get the outfits, I should say. Giving prison chic. Love to see it. Now we have Planet Camp. We get to their Planet Camp living arrangements. And I guess this time, too, they also decide that based on your tier or your class, we're also switching up the living arrangements, which is another differentiation between C or K and C Planet that I'm like, okay, because now if you are an all-star, you get like the comfy, it's giving dorm room. Okay, it's giving comfy dorm room. I'm not gonna lie, it literally looks like my dorm room in college. The all-stars get like, you know, 2 beds, like spacey. It's cute. It's a cute vibe. It's a cute vibe. They get, you know, bathroom each. Like, it's nice. And then if you're in like the lower tiers, baby, you're in the trenches. You're in the bunk beds that are literally pushed against each other. Like, you can't even move. We had one boy, I think his name was Shiu. Is that his name? The tall diva boots in the C group, who was 190 centimeters tall. And he's like, I don't even fit on this bunk bed. Girl, get these boys a place to sleep. Like, you are putting them through hell and back. The least you could do is let them get a full night's beauty rest. It genuinely irks my spirit, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Mnet, it is what it is. In any case, we're back at Sea Planet, or Sea Camp. Sea Planet Camp. Prison. I'm going to call it prison. We're back at the Sea Planet prison. All right. And we see a little... we see a little living arrangement, whatever. I'm like, okay, it's another day in the workroom. Let's go. And I will say, I wrote this down because I thought this was so funny. The fact that they showed Donghan and the freaking bugle playing, like, just reveille straight in the morning. This man said, I dead ass was like, oh my God, this man has not even adjusted to civilian life yet. He is like actually still in like military mode. And I was crying, laughing, but I'm like, at least he'll get up early. All right, good for Donghan. Love him. Another change this year, which let's go back to what I was saying about the mistreatment between the K and the C group, is the fact that the K group gets an emotional support puppy, which, by the way, we meet this icon, Chunbei, okay, the emotional support dog for the trauma that they put the boys through. I mean, I'm here for it. And I am obsessed with this puppy. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. But let me go back to what I was saying, where it's like, they don't have that for the C trainees at Planet C fucking prison, whatever. Why are we doing this? I don't know. Anyway, I was so like salty about that. But in any case, we stan Chunbei. The K trainees made a little song for Chunbei, which was cute. And I'm obsessed that we have a little puppy roaming around. So that was a cute addition, but I wish they did it for C trainees as well. Another thing that I thought was pretty funny was that we have an all-star snack room. And I just have to say this because Ryan, you guys know, like, Ryan was one of my picks at the very beginning of the show. I just think he is so funny, and seeing him in like, what was he, 1-star or 2-star? I forget what he had, but he goes in with Sunghyun. Sunghyun, is that his name? I have it here. Yes, Sunghyun, and they literally like bargain for food from the All-Stars. And then when they get the food, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna bring like 3 or 4 people. And then you just see Paul Revere, Ryan's Paul Revere just running down, like running down, sending all of the like 1-star and 2-star trainees into the all-star snack room, and they're like, "Wow, like, can you save us some food, please?" I thought it was really funny. Ryan definitely has a really funny personality. Leo and Sungwon, we have our Leo Won, and they were roommates. I live for them. I love them. I'm so happy they have each other. Which leads me into like the nitty gritty of the show. Let's start with Leo Won, just because like I have them written down here. Basically we switched to them, breaking up, trying to like learn the Signal song, right? So we have like 1-star, 2-star, all-stars learning Signal song. We see Leo and Sungwon both struggling, Leo struggling with dance, Sungwon struggling vocally. And I will say what I really like about those two and their friendship is the fact that they have each other to help each other out. So I appreciated, Leo and Sungwon both talking about how, Leo's going to help Sungwon with vocals, Sungwon's going to help Leo with dance and like choreo. And I thought that was really great. Like I really enjoy their teamwork. We see Junsa, okay, Junsa being a single mom who works too hard. He's literally out here as the leader of his group, okay? He's mothering. He is mothering. He is teaching choreo. He's cleaning the practice room. He's being the emotional support boy for everybody because everyone's having mental breakdowns. Honestly, he's a supportive king. Like strong and supportive king, and I am just rooting really hard for Junsa. And you know what? I feel like just in general, like it's about time that we get Junsa on the map. You guys already know I'm voting for Junsa. That's number one. Before I even started, or before I even planned on watching the show, I was like, oh, he's gonna be on there. Yep. Voting for him. So he was doing everything. He is such an incredible leader, and that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Because I think what people also forget is like, yes, singing, dancing, everything, like all that. Yeah, that is important. But my thing too is like chemistry between each other is also equally as important for like a solid group. And I think anyone who stands ZB1 can understand that with how everyone like gets along and is literally like family. And it just makes everything so much more cohesive and like beautiful to watch and witness. At the end of the day, like if you have that, it's like Hanbin, Hanbin, who was like, he's like such a strong leader for everybody, a literal Miss Honey, like mother of everybody, kind, supportive, listening ear, like, you know what I mean? So it's like to see Junsa kind of out here being like the strong one and holding it together for everyone was nice to see. So I'm rooting for him. We have a little bit of an upset, if you will, a little bit of a conflict. I'm not gonna say an upset. I'm gonna say a conflict. So here's the tea. We're going back to Yumeki again, because one big thing that this part in this freaking episode, I'm stressed. I gotta start clicking pens. We see Yumeki, okay? Everyone, obviously, once again, we know that Yumeki is the dancer, the choreographer. So clearly, people are going to want to learn the choreo from Yumeki, or clearly they're going to want Yumeki to help them, or to help them with the choreography. Okay. So we see, I forget his name. Oh my gosh, please forgive me. I forget the boy, what his name was, who ended up being the 1-star leader. But as soon as he becomes like the leader, he literally turns to Yumeki and he's like, will you help? Like, help, please. And of course, Yumeki, being Yumeki, he's like, well, yes. Because like, here's the thing. Imagine Yumeki being like, no, as a full-blown choreographer. And like, this is another part. I'm not going to like derail too much about it. But I also think, in defense of Yumeki, from some of the stuff, the polarizing opinions I've seen on him, there is so much pressure on Yumeki and so much to live up to for him on this show, because everyone holds him to such a high standard. But also I could see like everyone coming to him, asking him to help with the choreography while he's trying to improve his own self. And like, he's 1-star, bitch. He's got to improve the vocals. He's in the trenches right now. So he's trying to do this choreo. He's trying to improve his vocals. He's trying to learn, but he's also gracefully and kindly helping everyone with choreo who comes up to him. So let's backtrack. He starts helping with choreo, and we have a little bit of a conflict with someone, Sho. So we see Sho. Okay. Now this boy has only been training for 1 month. Okay. He's only been training for 1 month. And I will say he's good. Before anything, like when he was in the practice room, and Kooyoung complimented him. I was like, okay, Sho, yes. The problem that I have is that we see a little bit of an attitude, and let's be mindful here. I know Mnet likes to evil edit. We all know that. Okay. Sho was not having it. He was out here saying how he thinks that he is better fitted for idol choreography life than Yumeki. And he was kind of interrupting a little bit in between the I know Yumeki was trying so hard to like bite his tongue because he was interrupting. He was just saying shit, like throwing the whole practice off kilter. Okay. Not to mention, he was teaching other trainees the choreography wrong. So he thought that he was playing, and in his defense, I could see him wanting to be helpful, and I appreciate that. But he was also teaching details incorrectly to some of the trainees. And then they caught on, and they were like, hey, Yumeki, is this right? Hyung, is this right? And he was like, no, that's not right. And then everyone was like, Sho, what the fuck? Essentially is what we were getting. They were like, what are you actually fucking doing? Okay. So I don't know. I think I'm a little on both of these situations, because once again, I'm trying so hard not to fall for the evil edits of trainees. And I thought Sho was like a bean too. He's not. He's almost 20. So I'm like, okay, I'll give him a leniency because I think he's young and like has a hot head, but he's like 19, 20 years old. And I'm like, okay, you're being a little bit arrogant. That's how it came off to me, at least. And once again too, like Yumeki is not obligated to run this practice like a dance session, but he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart because he's nice. You know what I mean? Like, if it were me, and I'm going to be totally honest, if I was in 1-star because my voice sucked, but I was an insane dancer, I'd be like, y'all go do what you need to do. Like, I am trying to learn this. And granted, I do know there's an aspect where you are going to be in an idol group, so you have to get along together. I do get that, but that is a lot of pressure for Yumeki. So I do feel for him in this, and I'm very defensive of him, especially in this episode. So there's that. We had the conflict with Sho. They're learning choreo, all that jazz. And then we cut shortly and we see a little visit from Hanbin, Miss Honey. He arrives, mother, and he comes and just gives a little pep talk, gives some food to the boys because God knows Mnet probably starves them. There's that. And then we quickly jump into the star test. Okay. And now there are a lot of people that they showed through the star test. I kind of like cliff noted it once again, give or take. There's a few people. I'm mostly gonna just talk about people that I care for. I shouldn't say care for, but people that I'm either like, you know, more so voting for, looking at, or like whatever. There's a lot that I'm sorry if they didn't make the cut. Okay. But we get the star test. Yumeki. Let's start again with Yumeki, because Yumeki is a big one in this episode. All right. Now, I know that Yumeki's going to slay the dance as usual, but I just need to see an improvement in the vocals. I really need to see it. And I was really hoping and rooting for it. Okay. He starts dancing, kills it, starts singing. I was gagged. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually so surprised at how much he improved in such a short amount of time. And for me, that is what I want to see. Like, I was like, if Yumeki, girl, my Ji-young flag though is just like, I use it to block the sun, and he's just out here. Sorry. So Yumeki improved in vocals, and that's what I want to see. Like, I'm like, if Yumeki can sing and dance like that, the way that he will be unstoppable in a group, and the things that he will bring to a group is going to be iconic. And he's out here singing, and like, once again, it's not super fantastic, but it's also not insanely off key. It's pretty stable, and given the amount of energy that he uses to dance, the vocals were pretty stable given the energy for the dance, and given like his, you know, what he can do with his vocals, as far as how much training he has right now. But he did improve a lot, and I was really, really happy and really proud, because that's what I really wanted, because I really do love Yumeki, and I'm really rooting for him and hoping that he has like a really drastic improvement. But I could see how hard he was working. Even in like the show, they would show him like in the stairwell at night, or like in the practice room or whatever. Like, he was putting in work, and I really admire his work ethic. So I'm proud of him. We have Junsa, again, my man Junsa, which I'm upset about this one. I'm not going to lie. He ends up with 2 stars, which is fine. I'm glad it's 2 stars, not 1. I will say, while I was watching it, I was like, oh, Junsa, you can do so much more. I really wanted more. And I know he can do it. That's why I was like super frustrated, because I needed like that energy too that he brought for his audition. But I don't know. I don't know if it was because like he also was the leader and helping everyone, you know, choreograph and spending so much time on like other people. I wonder if it's because either he didn't have enough time to like give himself to learn, or if it was just like, I don't know what it was. The performance just happened to not be the greatest that day. But I was really, really rooting for him to like do a little bit more. I mean, it wasn't terrible by any means. It was still good and stable, but the dancing, like, I know Junsa can sing and dance. So I was like, ooh, give me like a good 45% more. You know what I mean? But in any case, he ends up with 2 stars, and I'm proud of him for that alone. We also have like so much more to go in this show. So like, I'm not worried. We have Leowan. Okay. You guys already know I love Leowan. All right. Leowan stan here. I see number 1, Leo. Leo's voice is absolutely insane. Insane vocalista boots. So good. He's so good. Like, the stability in his vocal and just like the tone is so satisfying to me. And also like his dancing was really great. And I just have to say too, like going into Sungwon too, both of them did absolutely amazing. And I know Sungwon, was having some troubles with the vocals, but I thought he did really well. And I still think that he is going to show so much more in the upcoming performance, because we've seen the Whiplash teaser, which, okay, center Sungwon. So I'm excited to see that, but both of them did really well. I thought Junmin, the Dakabi boys, they did really well. We had Taejo, who also improved. Who else? We had Sen, who was really good as well. I think he's the Japanese boy, right? That I think the one who kind of cried when his bestie got cut in the auditions. Was not expecting him to be so good. I really liked him. I also have to point out another one named Inhu. Is it Inhu? Because I remember, I'm pretty sure that boy was singing down, and I noted down insane vocals by Inhu. So good job for him. Another boy we see is Masato, who we had Masato. They showed him struggling throughout the episode, and Junsa was there for him and helping him, and he had a drastic improvement as well. So very happy for him, giving him his flowers there because he deserves that. The gag is now, after we have the star test, right? They finally show Ganu, all right? They finally show Ganu because we are about to pick the center for the signal song. And we finally show Ganu after not seeing him for the entire episode, which is a little bit of a gag for, you know, the center of the K group not having any story or backline or backstory, I should say. So... okay. But anyway, we get the candidates for the center of the signal song. And we have Ganu, Kangmin, and Hyunjun. Now, listen, once again, friends, you are totally validated and obligated to choose whoever you dang please and who you think is the best fit. But out of these three, I'm going to say this right now. I do not think Ganu should have been chosen for the center. And I'm sorry, but and let me just say too, like, I know what's going on with the controversies and stuff like that with him. Controversy aside, first of all, Hyunjun alone, I was gagged. I'm like, oh my God, they picked my son, my literal son. That boy is so good. I personally think. And Kangmin and Hyunjun. And I also went back today and saw their performances for that on YouTube. And I was like, how did we get here? You know what I mean? And listen, I think a lot has to do with the overall picture of an idol, especially in Korea, like especially picking in like the K group. I think they took into consideration a lot of factors with Ganu, and one of the biggest factors was most likely because he looks like that, really, because like he's handsome, okay? Ganu is very, like, he is the epitome of what, like, I just think he's like the literal cutout of what a like K-pop idol epitome is. You know what I mean? But in terms of like talent wise, I'm not saying he's untalented at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if we had to choose between those three, how did we get here? Okay, we had Hyunjun and Kangmin, and that's crazy because they're, I think, skill-wise, I'm not even saying like, oh, one's more talented. That's not what I mean. If you take skills between those two and Ganu, I think that they far surpass. And this is really not me being like shady or like anything like that. I genuinely, opinion, everyone can have an opinion, friends. I just think that their talent or skill set, I shouldn't say talent, I'm sorry, their skill set far surpassed. And I was pretty gagged at that because I had no idea who they were choosing for the center. Like, I didn't know that they were coming, that they originally had three that they were narrowed down to. And when I heard it was Kangmin and Hyunjun, I was like, what? So yeah, that was a little something. But in any case, we ended up with Ganu, which, okay, work. And we get the whole Ola Sola. We get the Ola Solar song, which is a bop, may I add. I actually love the signal song so much. But we have the little performance. Everyone dances down, house down, boots. Yes, slay. And then we get the news, okay, that we're about to do another class rearranging. And this is what I find so funny is like, they were like, okay, and the star creators' final scores dictate the boys' final rankings and where they end up. And I'm like, me? Wait, we do? How did we play into that? We did? You know? I'm like, Mnet, you shady ass. Like, where did I play into this? Like, first of all, you have us doing pre-votes and pre-picks and voting for people that have already been voted off the fucking show. So what do you mean? The star creators? Who's the star creators, Mnet? You know what I mean? I was a little gagged. I'm like, you guys have me fucked up. I literally can't. But anyways, we have an elimination portion. And everyone gets their final rankings. Basically, you know, I'm not going to say anyone like specifically, but the only person I will say that I'm very shocked about and that I'm very upset about is the fact that Hyup got voted off with no stars. I do not understand how Hyup, okay, because I've been seeing this boy everywhere. I started with him on PDX. How does Hyup end up with no stars and leave the show? Hyup. Has anybody heard Hyup sing? Anyone? Anyone? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I just don't understand. I don't understand. That was a crazy decision. And probably the only decision of that episode, of the K-Planet episode, that had me really just, my gears were grinded. You know, it was something. I'm like, that's crazy that Hyup is not here. But anyway, that happens. Everyone is, you know, everyone gets their shit. We have a little bit of a sad moment with, you know, the no stars leaving, getting eliminated. And then the end is where the merge between the K and C group is kind of foreshadowed. And then they do the reveal, the drag race reveal to Anshin just serving face. And may I just say too, before we get into the C Planet shit show, the fact that they literally show like a third of the amount of trainees in the C group compared to who's left in the K group is absolutely mind-boggling, insane. I'm like, you all are so insane for that, but we'll get to it because my favorite portion of the night is coming, because you guys already know that I am a C Planet stan and I belong there. All right, so let's get into it. C Planet, we have, this episode's about to piss me off. This recap's about to piss me off because I have so much to talk about with this one. Oh, I have so much to recap about it. I'm so salty with how they treat these poor boys. Vote for Hanwen. Okay, let's get into it. So we have the continuing auditions, all right? Let's start with Christian. We have Christian, Jin Shin, and Shan Hao. Once again, I'm so sorry, friends. I have looked up their names to try to do the pronunciation correctly, and my brain just simply sometimes cannot calculate. So if I am butchering these name pronunciations, please don't come for my wig. I love you all so much. Okay, so Christian, Jin Shin, and Shan Hao, which any BL stands out there. Guys, I was gagged boots over the fact that I saw this man, Shan Hao, and I was like, ooh, he is fine. Ooh, he's fine. Come to fucking realize, I'm literally watching him as like a main character in a BL currently, and it's like an Omegaverse BL. So I was like, Ariana, what are you doing here? And I was like, what? And I'm like, and he's friends with Christian? Like, hello? So kind of crazy. In any case, they do chick boom. Chick boom. And the gag is we end up with a 1-star, 1-star, 2-star situation. So Christian and Jinshin both 1-star, and then Shan Hao gets 2 stars. Okay, fine. I still, once again, if anybody watched my reactions to Boys Planet first season, you guys already know how much I love Christian and how much I literally rode for Christian and defended him so hard. Like, so hard. So to see him back, I was so happy, but I just know they treat him like shit too. So in any case, 1-star, 1-star, 2-star. Okay, fine. We have Dong Hong Hai, which, if anyone knows, the bean from the first season. First of all, let me just start by saying how much I love him with this hair. This hair is so good on him. He looks so good with black hair. So he looks incredible. I know he's coming in for blood, and he has made it known. He's like, I am here to debut. Bitches don't get in my way. Love you, Dong Hai. Okay. He starts off and immediately, oh God, I can't even remember. I forgot to write down what song he sang. Was it TXT? I'll see you there tomorrow. Is that the one? I think it was TXT. And I was like, ooh, hold on. Huh? we're missing a beat. We're missing a few beats. We're a little okay, there we go. So like it started off because I think also Jae-joong kind of clocked that tea too with like a little bit of like an offbeatness at the beginning of the performance, but he pulled it together, girl. He pulled it together and he served and ate down and he sounded incredible. He was stable. I was actually so shocked at how much he improved from the first season. So I'm really, really, really happy and like looking forward to seeing his improvement throughout the show as well. He's also like a fan fave too, so I love that for him, and I'm just like rooting for him as like a Boys Planet watcher. You know what I mean? I'm like very happy to see him come back better than ever. So good for him. The last audition we are shown are our Boy Story boys. Now, I have so much to say about this one because this one pissed me the fuck off. It pissed me the fuck off. And I'll tell you why. Let's start, okay? Boy Story. We have Jihao, Hanyu, and Shinlong. I love Shinlong. And they do Backdoor. Okay. And now let's just keep in mind that these boys debuted when they were like supposed to be in math class. Okay. When they were still playing on a playground, girl. When they debuted, they were 10 years old, like crazy to me. So they do Backdoor by Stray Kids. It's incredible. As expected. I've only ever kind of watched stuff on Shinlong. I haven't seen anything on the other boys, but from what I've seen of Shinlong, that's why I'm like supporting him. Like I'm voting for him because I know that he is very much an all-arounder. He's an insane singer, an insane rapper, dancer. Like he has a crazy vocal range. Like he really is an all-arounder to me. So I was very excited for him. Moral of the story is that they actually slay. Like they are all so stable. They sound amazing. They're dancing with energy. They look incredible. I'm like, yes, that's how we do it. And here's the thing is that they get all-stars. And also too, Shinlong is my birthday twin. So twin, where have you been? Like, I love a Pisces March 11th baby. But in any case, I'm like, okay, slay, all-stars, love it. The thing that irks me is that we get unnecessary comments. Okay. And here's the deal. I know a lot of the times we get judges, or like the masters holding idols or like prior debuted idols, whatever you want to call them, to a higher standard than everyone else because of their experience in training. I get that, okay? What I don't fuck with is the fact that we really could have left out the fact that both Jae-joong and Koo-young made comments basically alluding to the fact that they could be lighter. And they said that they can tell, or I think it was Koo-young that said he could tell, or was it Jae-joong? It was either Jae-joong or Koo-young who said that they could tell they were a veteran group, not only in like skills, but in like looks. And then was it going off to say, like, if you're lighter, like, you'll be, like, the dancing will be even better. And then, like, Jae-joong came in with fucking some bullshit. I don't even know what the shit he said about whatever. And I was just like, was that honestly necessary? Because, like, number one, Koo-young, I have a love-hate with him. I already have him on my shit list for the comment he made about Christian in the first season about how he looked and was, like, singing too feminine. During one of the practices. Like I already had him on my shit list for that comment. And now he goes and tells these boys, which by the way, they look incredible and they have that skill set. What are we judging? Like, why are we talking about this? Do you know what I mean? And I am just the type of person, I don't care what the context was. There is no place for me. There is no place for anybody to comment on someone's body or looks ever. And it has nothing to do with their skill set either. So it's crazy. I don't know. That took me for a loop. All right. So that one pissed me off. So they already pissed me the fuck off here. Anyway, move along. Once again, we get the class outfits. I don't even know. I'm gonna count your fucking days, honestly. We get them back at another day in the workroom. We get them back in prison in the Planet camp. Okay. Which I will say, I do like their all-star living arrangement, like the little room. And like, I think what's his name? Is it Suren? Is that his name? I have to say, he's really funny. Like, I didn't know much about him, but going into this episode, they show him quite a bit, and he's funny. He walks in and he goes, "You make me feel sexy," and I was like, is that like a "you make me feel special"? And he walks in and like it's this nice, really big like living area with the snacks, and they get like the fridges in their bedrooms, and he's like, "I could get used to this." I'm like, you better work. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then we see this, I have to talk about this icon, this legend. I think his name was Gwangju. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Gwangju. Oh shit, I forget his name. They show this boy, okay, pulls out the tarot card. He's shuffling the tarot cards. Automatically, I said, he is me. Let's go. What is he gonna give me? Let's go. What are we pulling? Do a shuffle quick, bestie. And he's out there with the spread, girl. He's got the spread of tarot cards, and they're going, okay, is the signal song test gonna be hard? And he pulls the sun card, and he's like, okay, the sun signifies renewal, and what I was just like, what did he say? It was like something like renewal or something to like help you. I forget what it was. And then his friend goes, the Star Creed. I was like, oh my God, this is if I was a trainee on Boys Planet, he's the one I'm hanging out with, because we are doing tarot card spreads all night long. An absolute icon. Had to point that out. Okay. We get into the workroom with the masters, okay? Another day in the workroom. And Gwangju is what I was going to say. This sweet, sweet, sweet boy. They show him quite often in this episode. He is having a tough time. Okay, we get into the room with the masters. I think it was Daddy Mnet. Okay, we get Daddy Mnet, Sakun, for anyone who doesn't know who Daddy Mnet is. We have Daddy Mnet, and this boy's over here like, I want to go. He's like, I want to go, and he's like over in the corner, and Sakun is picking every other person but this boy, and he is stressed. Okay, you could visibly see like he is like, can you please pick me though? Please pick me. Eventually, Sakun was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, yes, come on. This boy, he's struggling. He's struggling vocally. He doesn't have confidence. I feel like if he just had a little bit of a confident boost, he would do incredible. And he gets hard on himself. And they show him, he starts to cry a little bit. And then, of course, Daddy Mnet, which, bless his soul, I think it's the Pisces in him, honestly. He's like, listen, are you upset? Like, I'm going to be here for you. Like, you're doing well. Confidence, my king. You know what I mean? Like, in a roundabout way. But, see, this is why I like Sakun. This is why I like Daddy Mnet. Because he's nice. All right? He's nice. He's sweet. He's hot. Okay? But in any case, Gwangju goes through it and is struggling to find his confidence. Okay? Let's switch roles into someone that I am about to speak so much on, and that is the icon and the legend, Zhang Jing. Okay. Now, let me start by saying that we know this boy as Mr. Sexy. Okay. Sexy. All right. And he's beautiful. I will say he is absolutely drop dead beautiful. I was looking at some pictures of him from like, I don't know, his Zhao Hongshu, and I was like, dang, that's a beautiful ass man, like gorgeous. I rest my case. Anyway, for some reason in this episode, he is like the center of this episode, and there is so much with him. Like, I feel like Mnet has made it their point in just like the masters and everyone to just like gang up on this boy. And for me, like, let me start by saying his personality, obviously, like, just from what we see from an edit, his personality is not for everybody. I happen to like it. Okay. I'm like, you better work. You better know your worth, confident Leo King. Okay. Yes. Sexy boots, which, cause he is, he's fine. And like, I love people with confidence. Okay. Slay. I also am partial to the fact that he did a lot of his PR videos with Hanwin, and you guys know how I feel about Hanwin, which we will get to. But I like Zhongjing. I really like him, and I know that some people are iffy about his whole like sexy gig and all that, whatever. But in any case, basically what happens is that this boy ends up getting no stars. Okay, they tell him like, you know, how they go through. And the masters are like, you could literally, like, we could tell you to take your stars away and then, like, figure that out with a star level test, whatever. So he ends up with no stars, which, to be honest, the amount of people, which was very, very slim with no stars in the C group, I do not think that he should have been in a group with no stars. So that's a little crazy to me. So I was like, okay, fine. Then we see him in the like in the practice room, and Sakun, I can't. Sakun like, okay, like, let's go, like, let's sing. And let's be real, the singing was not fantastic. It definitely wasn't fantastic, but I think there's potential. And from his audition alone, I know that he can sing. Like, we know that he can sing. We know that he can dance. But the singing was not fantastic. And granted, I know that it's very high. The range is high for these boys to sing, which has been a continuing issue with most. But in any case, he sings. It's not good. Okay. And Sakun was like, so this boy goes, like, can I sing lying down? And Sakun was like, sure. This motherfucker hits the pose. He hits the pose from the first episode of him trying to like fight for the first chair. And he starts singing like kind of lying down, like bent back in his like sexy pose. And I was like, oh, he's a character. He definitely is a character. But in any case, once again, it's not great. What I will say is, I did feel bad for him throughout the show, just because I could see the thing with someone like Zhongjing is he is such a confident person, right? He's such a confident person with such like a big personality. For me, when I see people like that completely do a 360 in personality change, it makes me feel bad as the empath that I am, because I'm like, oh, this boy has lost every ounce of spark he has ever had. And for me, he basically was like, am I that bad? Like, genuinely, am I that bad? And I felt really bad for him, because it's like, you could see in his eyes, he was drained, girl. He was drained. He had no life left. He was like, do I really suck? And I'm like, no, I don't think you do, which once again is kind of crazy to me, because I'm thinking of some other trainees who, I'm going to be totally honest, I think should have been no stars, and they weren't, over Zhongjing. So I'm like, I don't know why we have a thing for this boy, like what everyone's deal is with him. Maybe it's the personality, but he seems to be getting along with other people. Like he's really, I can see like he's very endearing. I watched a lot of his PR videos, and I watched a lot of like behind videos with him with like other trainees and stuff. And he's really sweet. And I'm like, why are we ganging up on Zhongjing? I'm confused. But in any case, he ends up with no stars. We'll get to him later during the star level test. One other person I want to talk about is, bless his heart, Lim Jack, bless your heart. I love you, son. Literally come on the channel. Come on the channel, Lim Jack. Let's go. Spill your tea on BOYSPLANET. But this boy is just, oh, bless you, Lim Jack. He's just not good. He's not good. The vocals are not good. And, you know, was it Sakun? Was he the one, or Jaejung? I think it was Jaejung, who was like, you're tone deaf. And he was like, no. He's like, if you sing in English, would you hit this right? And he was like, yeah. And Jaejung was like, no. And it was just a lot. His energy is something, bless his soul, bless his heart, sweetest boy ever. I know everybody loves Lim Jack. I love Lim Jack. We stan. I love it. Listen, I love a sweet boy. I love a sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. But the vocals and yeah, just everything was not, it wasn't happening in that one. So bless his soul. Before we get into the star test, we had a visit from Hauge. They're like, oh my God, Hauge. So how comes, okay. the one and only Zhang Hao comes, and the angel that he is. I actually saw a couple of trainees when they got eliminated on like Douyin and stuff. They were talking about how Hao came and literally like gave them so much food and like treated them so well. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, what do you expect from the icon, the legend, the one and only P1? You know what I mean? Like, sweetest man alive. Him and Hanbin, like, literally, I don't even know. They're just everything. So they have a little visit from Hao, and then we get into the star test. So let's start with Guangzhu, the boy who was going through it. He was having a tough time. I will say he improved so much, and I wanted that. Like, I wanted the confidence in him. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see him like just go out there, whether he was like not feeling good about it or not. Like, I wanted him to just put all of his might into it, and he did, and he improved a lot, and he ended up with 2 stars. So I'm really proud of Guangzhu. He's also so cute, which brings me to a point really quick. Is he the same one? Because I keep seeing people on like Twitter talking about someone called like Lin Lin. Is that his name? And I'm pretty sure it's like Guangzhu. I'm like, is this the same person, or am I getting someone mixed up? I don't even know. In any case, he is the cutest little muffin, and I am rooting for him so hard. Another boy that kind of like ended up on my radar through the star test was Zhang Fan. Where have you been? Like, who are you and where have you been? I know that he was on another survival show program. I'm not familiar with which one it was. I was so gagged. I'm like, oh, he is so good. He is so good. Where has Mnet been hiding him? So loving him. Really liked him, actually. We get a little tea on a backstory, by the way, friends. If you guys watched episode 1, you remember the boys, the martial arts boys? So I guess 3 of them? 3, yeah, because the last sole survivor was Shun Yu, which was the sweet bean. I think he's like 15 with the red hair. And my heart kind of broke for him because the 3 in his group left mid-show. They were like, which, to be fair, this man, he was like, he was in movies with Jackie Chan, and he's martial arts king, and he was not feeling it. He was not feeling it. He's like, I don't want to be an idol. Bye. Bye. I have Jackie Chan money. And you know what, King? Whatever makes you happy, okay? I wish you the most prosperous life in the world. My thing is I just feel bad they left this bean on his own. So I know that he was like, I have some shit to do here. Like, I have to like do this for myself, and I'm alone. And you know what? He did. And I'm proud of him, given the stakes of, 3 of his close friends basically leaving mid-show, which is tough, especially as like a younger, like 15, 16-year-old, not knowing or having anyone that young, and then like having a support system, and all of a sudden everyone that you know in your support system is gone. So that was a little sad for me, but he did really well, and I'm really proud of him. We have to talk about Anshin, of course, one of my Sea Planet picks. Anshin genuinely just has star quality, and the thing about the star test too, like the star level test, I will say I think that I want to see Anshin, I want to see more of him with the vocals, just because I think we could tune it up just a little smidge, just a smidge. But other than that, he is genuinely the most like you just look at him and you're like, that's a star. Like, the way he dances, the stability, the face, the energy, that is the center. Like, it makes total sense for me to see him as the center of the Sea group, Sea Planet. He is just like, I've never seen a face like that. Like, he is crazy. He really is crazy. Like I said, I want to, and I know he will serve me. Like, I need like a really good Anshin vocal moment. You know what I mean? Just to hear it. Okay. But other than that, he is absolutely incredible, star quality, star worthy, beautiful, incredible, amazing Lady Gaga meme. And I am voting for Anshin. So, girl, my lighting just changed. You see that? I am voting for him, and I am rooting so hard for him, but obviously he did amazing. Another boy that I was like, okay, he was kind of in my radar for the first episode, but Bohang, the one with the really, really, really deep ass voice, and I really think I need him in this lineup. I really do. He just has such a, what I really liked too is how he played to his strengths with his tone and with his voice and what he could do. And he kind of like, obviously dropped the key for the song because he has a deep ass voice. Like, how is he going to sing all the way up here? You know what I mean? And he was absolutely killing it, and the masters loved it. He was so stable. I also remember before anything watching the Signal song when it came out, and I was like, who is he? When he came in with that deep ass voice. So I really genuinely think Bohang is on my radar as like who I would like in the group as in terms of a rapper. I have quite a few that I'm like going in between, which I'll talk about after I, recap BOYSPLANET. But he did amazing. We are going back to Zhang, okay? Now, once again, you guys know what happened with Zhang and how I just feel like everybody is out to get him in this freaking episode. But I will say this part also made me a little sad. So they kind of do a little flashback and how, I guess because he is the type of person that likes to practice on his own or has difficulty being around a lot of people to practice, he was kind of going through it a little bit. And because of that, people thought that he was either lazy or not giving his all, whatever it may be. And he was like, no, like I'm practicing. I like to do it on my own. And then they would show him in like the hallway or whatever, like, dancing, like practicing by himself. And here's the thing is, once again, it's the misunderstood stuff for me where my heart really hurts for someone who might have like pure intentions and he's really not that evil. Like, we're giving him this like crazy evil edit and he's just trying to do what he can do. You know what I mean? In another sense of the way, you are about to be, if you are like you are here to be a part of an idol group. And unfortunately, if you can't, kind of coexist with other people, baby boy, that's what the show is for. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it was kind of a hard one for me because I'm like, I feel bad that people think he's not working hard and that he doesn't want this and he's not trying, when he clearly said like it takes him a while to get details and it's hard for him to do with like other people around all the time, which is kind of crazy given like how extroverted he seems. But anyways, I just think like, I think once he kind of is around everyone more and like forms those like friendships now with like the merge and everything, he'll feel a little bit more like not more confident, because I think the confidence is there, but I think it'll be a little easier for him. I kind of hate the fact that they, the other trainees are over here like, I worry for him, he's not like doing this is whatever. Now, this is the tea, is that he performs, right? He eats it up. In my opinion, he eats it up. Okay. Improvement in the vocals, substantial. Beautiful, incredible, amazing. I was like, yes, Jackson, you're beautiful. You can dance, you can sing. Absolutely. Girl, tell me why these judges give him 1 star. Now, I am stressed. I am stressed because my thing is it's not even just with Zhang. I can see it with the fact that they, for some reason, hold their standards so much higher for the C trainees than they do the K trainees. Because, girl, let's put it this way. There are a few K trainees that are in like 2 in All-Stars that should be in no or 1 stars, who they are very lenient with. But then you get someone like Zhang, who actually is like pretty stable, can sing, can dance, like looks good, whatever, and they give him 1 star. I'm like, either that or they just really don't like him. And I don't understand what's going on with him. And like, I just don't understand the tea with Zhang at all. I really genuinely feel bad for this boy. But in any case, he gets 1 star. I'm like, okay, sure. Whatevs. We'll get back to him. We do a little pick for the killing part, and we are between Anshin, Bohang, which is like, gag. I was like, come on, Bohang. Oh my God, you better work, which is crazy. Like, that would have been so cool to have a center who has like a deep voice, who's like a rapper. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that'd be like a first, but it's between Bohang and then Anshin, which we know Anshin, star quality boots. of course, and Zhahao, which is another person who that's Anshin's bestie, and I love him dearly. So I thought that these three were a perfect choice, and it comes down to, once again, it comes down to Anshin. Now, I know we have the Ola Solar song, so we have the two different versions, which... Don't get me started, because they originally have a Korean and a Mandarin version because we were planning on having two separate groups, but you know, it is what it is. I like the Mandarin version of Ola Solar better than the Korean version. I have been singing the Mandarin version so much. It's so good. Like, it's just so good. I don't know. There's just something in it that I'm like, beautiful, incredible, amazing. But anyway, I've been getting my life with it. So we have the Ola Solar performance. It goes down, and then once again we have the final rankings, the final class rankings, star ratings, whatever you want to say, that apparently the star creators came up with. I didn't get the memo, but in any case, it's a little bittersweet. And what I can tell, like, a difference between the K group and the C group is, for some reason, there's a little bit of a different energy with the C Planet trainees, where everyone feels very family oriented. Like, it feels like everyone is just so close to each other. And like, even when someone, someone would look at their little card and, you know, figure out where they're supposed to go and like reveal their tier, when someone would get like no stars or whatever, everyone was like so devastated, and they're like, don't even play me right now. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell. And I think also this comes from the fact that there are so many less C trainees than there are K, but I don't know, just the energy is a little bit different. But in any case, we get the rankings, and one that I'm very disappointed in and sad about is Christian. You guys know I love Christian, but bless Christian, because if anyone's been on his Instagram lately, you know what's going on with Christian, and I'm so happy for him. But in any case, Christian leaves, which is sad for me. Girl, my man Hanwen, which I forgot to talk about something really quick. Let me backtrack before I get on to my Hanwen, because this just made me remember. Talking about the mistreatment between K and C group, can we also discuss the fact, because this was a big killer for me, one of the benefits, okay, not even a benefit, just one thing that they do, okay, they show in K Planet, they show the boys FaceTiming with their parents, okay, and at first I was like, oh my god, so cute, like they're in like this little room with like the phone set up, FaceTiming whoever, slay. Tell me why the C Planet trainees are out in a fucking payphone with a timed ass limit on a phone call, giving prison. It's giving prison. It's giving, you have a collect call and you are back to your jail cell, girl. And it's also like, depending on your ranking with like 1-star, 2-star, all-star, your time is like less. I was like, how is this fair? Like, genuinely, how is this fair? I don't even know. And in any case, going back to Hanwon, because I saw Hanwon cry during his phone call with his mom. If anyone knows, Hanwon has a very sad story with like his life, and I love him. Like, I love him so much. This is a Hanwon protection home right here. Like, that's my boy. That's my number one. So vote for Hanwon. Anyway, at the end, one thing that made me laugh is that Hanwon, this boy turns over his card, right? And he starts bowing, and he's like, yep, and he starts walking over to no star. I damn near had a freaking heart attack. I was like, don't you even sit here and tell me that my furry bisexual king is about to go home. Don't even give that to me. Don't even tell me that. So everyone's like, no, what are you doing? Girl, his friend, I think it was Bowen, but which also Bowen was incredible during this episode, but Bowen is like, huh? And he turns Hanwen's card over. Fucking Hanwen. Hanwen read the card wrong, and he was actually in 1 star. Hanwen, baby. Let's get it together. First of all, you almost gave me a damn heart attack, but also like, he's so funny to me. I'm sorry. He reminds me in personality, like he does remind me a lot of Ji-yoon. Like he's so silly goofy. I love him so much, and I need him. I need him in this group. I'm so sorry. Like I need him to stay. Please, dear Lord, everyone, just let Hanwon stay. I beg you. But in any case, that ends. And bless our boy to Limjack. Limjack ends up leaving. It's a sad day. Zhongjing, it was down to like 3 people, I think, and like 2 were the ones staying. Zhongjing ends up going into 1 star, and then at the end of the episode, they put him up to 2, which is a gag, and I was like, deserved, because like I said before, there is no reason why that boy should be in 1 star for his star test when other people are worse, and they are in all stars. So I'm happy for the happier outcome for Zhongjing, at least. And that kind of concludes the episode. We see at the end the trailer for the next episode with, they're doing like performances this time. So it's going to be really good. I'm so excited. But that leaves us at the end of both episodes. And I have final rankings or people. I have a list of people, I should say, because I definitely exceeded 8 picks. It has been quite a difficult one for me to narrow down. But the ones that I have narrowed down to, and there are more than 8 here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 written down. And depending on the day, I do switch out some here or there. Also depending on what I see weekly and like how they're doing weekly. But this is where we've landed. Okay. Hanwen. No questions asked. Hanwen will always be at number 1. I'm so sorry. Hanwen. We have Shinlong. I have Hengyu, because let's not forget about Hengyu. I think a lot of people are forgetting about this sweet, 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 talented boy. And I need him to stay in everybody's radar because he's incredible. Okay. Hengyu. I have Boheng. And I have Anshin. And then I have Zhahao, which is my C Planet boys. And then for my K Planet boys, I have Sungwon, I have Leo, I have Dongyu, I have Chingyu, Yumeki, and Junhyun. And there are a few others too in K group that I have, my radar. Oh my God, and Ujin. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to read Ujin's name, but Ujin. So those are my boys right now, and kind of picking and oh my God, I forgot to put Junsa. I'm trash. Let me put Junsa down. Oh my God, how can I forget my man? Okay, and Junsa, can we? Someone said, they were like, we need to make NCT, and I'm so serious. Like, make an NCT because I need more than 8 people in this damn group. In any case, that's where I've landed for my list that I'll be picking and choosing from throughout the weeks, because I know it's going to get harder. People are going to get voted off. The performances are going to change things for me in terms of who I vote for. But that's where I've landed in terms of like a solidified group of who I'm going to be picking from. There's so much talent. I just think it's kind of crazy. At the end of this episode, or both of these episodes, we ended up with like well over 50 something K trainees and less than 30. I think there was like 25 or 28 C trainees, which is actually criminal. It's fucking criminal. And then having them merge with the K trainees, it's just, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. I don't. Girl, I don't know. How do we have like a third C trainees? My heart really hurts for the fact that I know that they probably told these boys in a contract that they were coming on a show to like be in a group that was like a Chinese group, like Chinese based group, and now they're like, just kidding, we're merging, and then they yeeted like 2/3 of the trainees. Mnet, count your fucking days. I'm so serious. I'm so done with Mnet. But in any case, besties, that is the essential wrap up of episode 2. I guess you could say like episode 3 and 4, because it's like K and C Planet, but it's episode 2 K and C group, essentially. There's a lot of talent this season because obviously we have 2 groups, which is it was supposed to be two separate groups, but there's just so much, and it's really, really difficult to narrow down. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this, but there's a lot of tea. I also saw some drama in the teaser for the next episode, so that's going to be very fun and interesting to unpack next week. With that being said, that is where I leave off. My throat is dry after spilling on all that, but please, you guys already know how I am. I am nosy. I need to know your thoughts on both of these episodes, where your head is at in terms of like, you know, your picks or just anyone on the show, someone they may have not shown, because I'm still in the middle of deep diving people that I don't even know exist on this show because they don't show half of the freaking auditions. So I'm about to go do a little bit further of a deep dive, but once again, for anybody who wants to spill, please do. As usual, I'm always camped. Please keep it kind. Everyone can have an opinion. I promise it's not life or death. Please don't fight. And I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week for another recap of Boys Planet, hopefully with Denny next week, and he's not trash. Denny, love you, boo. But in any case, friends, have a wonderful day or night, no matter where you are in this beautiful world. I will see you guys next time. I love y'all. Bye. Mwah.